proper 50-foot right-of-way from Organza Road. This is what a conditional, that's what a conditional use is, right?
Well,
To put, for the township to put conditions on that.
reasonable conditions.
Well, I think that's,
I'll let the solicitor comment on that.
well, the thing of it is, they have to create a right-of-way one way or the other.
Yeah, no, by our ordinance requires them to have access. They don't necessarily need access off of the public. And the access doesn't have to be public. In Cecil, you can have up to 4 lots off a private road. So they could get a private access into the property, and that would be their access only. Doesn't have to be public.
Checks concerns?
Yes, please.
We certainly are going to work with Mr. Sluchek on this. Right now, he uses this drive, as does West Penn and the township, to access his property. In no way are we, if we get this entrance approved, in no way are we going to prevent him from continuing to use that and access his property. What we would probably do is pave this area up to this intersection, and then you can see this line here. This would be our road back, and it would be a private road. There's no requirement for us. It's going to be a private drive. We're not requesting the township to take the road over. There's no reason for us to put a 50-foot wide easement in there. From respect of a conditional use request, that is to address the conditions that you must demonstrate that you're meeting. While the board can impose their own conditions, and we're hoping that one of them would be, we need to get approval for one of these accesses. But in no way are we going to prevent Mr. Sluchek from the continued use of the property.
But the buildings are on the back half of your property, across all those utility easements. It's not even
The
in the
buildings are
front
back here,
area.
as I mentioned. We may be able to do some buildings in this area, but nevertheless, we're not going to. And you have to realize that at this stage of a project, the property lines that we show on here were taken from the Washington County partial view. They are somewhat approximate. Right now, let's just assume that this is where the property boundary lies with respect to this driveway. This is PennDOT property here. We would improve the road through PennDOT property to the proposed location for the private road on Mr. Sluchek's brother's property, and we would in no way prohibit him from using. Even if this property line were out in here, we would provide him an easement through our property for his continued use of his property. So we would in no way impair his use.
Okay, Dan, to that entrance isn't a big concern if they can get the permission from the Federal Highway Commission to be able to access South Point Boulevard. But we all know that that is going to be very difficult to get that access. I mean, if they can get that access and we got, continued access through it, that's great. That's great for everybody, especially the township with the salt shed. But they're not, I don't think, going to let another development come in. The same as Dan mentioned to the other people that was interested in my property or interested in me building them something, as he had stated, that there is access issues here. What my concern is that if they go down through, from Organza Road, down through South Point Square, through past Vincent's and all those other public places, that they create a proper right-of-way through there that will service, again, the existing businesses, and an adequate right-of-way going up through there and built to township specs.
Can I ask it?
To get up into it.
Can I ask a question though? Correct me if I'm wrong though, that access off of South Point Boulevard isn't going away. So if you don't get permission from PennDOT or whomever to access your property or to access your storage units from there, there's still going to be a gravel driveway. That's not going away.
That's correct.
Right, so there's no impact to you accessing your property from that because whether they get permission and they pave it and then you can use it or it stays as is, you can still use the access that you've always been able to use.
That's correct.
Not if I go to develop.
Well, that, I mean.
I've got 2 acres there. The acreage is for development, okay? We're going in there, and probably it's not even, you know, if they wanted to, they could put, and it was supposed to be, a gate there, and that it was only access for West Penn Park.
But Mr. Sushak,
The gate was taken down, and now, you know, people
but
go
they're
in
here
there.
before us now. We
Pardon me?
can't, they're here before us now, so we can't make a decision based on what if, you know, in the future you decide, you have access issues now, even if they don't build it.
No, I don't. Legally, ask Dan. Legally, I don't.
Then as soon as the use changes, that's when PennDOT makes a decision. You just said it yourself. They may look at this and decide that this is too much to come on there. You have the same issue.
Right.
If you want to put a high traffic user in there, they may not let you do it. So I understand your point, and I think the board hears you. You're saying from a planning standpoint, it makes good sense because you would be left without an access if the board doesn't impose a condition on them to provide access through their property to where however you get out.
Because
I understand that.
at this point in time,
But
I
that's their
have
decision.
access to my brother's
Decision.
property.
Yeah.
And you will continue to have access, but I do not believe that it is our burden to provide a public road through our property to provide access from Organza Road to your property. You have access at this point.
Okay,
It can never be public because it's not public through South Point Square. It can only be a driveway to your property, so it
Right.
could never be public.
And let me just recap, Mr. Sluzak, currently